One, go. Home court advantage has dominated this series. This is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Of course, I'm talking about the Denver Nuggets versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Wednesday night NBA action, Western Conference play at the Rose Garden. No line in the betting market right now. More on that at the end of the video. 3-1 in their last 4 games. The Nuggets, of course, coming off a 119-108 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers as 7.5-point home favorites, and they have climbed above the total in 3 of those games. This is a potential sandwich game when looking ahead at the schedule, given the fact that this is only a single game road trip, and they have the Oklahoma City Thunder on deck at the Pepsi Center, and Oklahoma City will be an angry bunch, of course. They are in a fight for the top spot in the Western Conference, and Oklahoma City was trounced the last time it visited the Pepsi Center, so Denver knows what to expect when it flies home from Portland after tonight's game. Also, when you're handicapping the Nuggets the rest of the season, they don't have a road trip of more than 2 games the rest of the 2012-13 campaign. That is due to the fact that their schedule was really road heavy at the beginning of the season, so definitely something of note as you handicap the rest of the season. 12-19 on the road, 8-11 versus Western Conference opponents in that situation, and then they have lost their last 6 games at the Rose Garden. They do lead the league in fast break points, averaging 19.4 points per game in that particular category, and they've been even better in their last 17 games, going 12-5 in that span due to the fact that they have put up 22.7 points in fast break opportunities in that span, and Portland is not one of the better defensive teams in getting back in transition. The reason for the line not being out in the market, I'm a bit surprised by it, given the fact that Danilo Gallinari did not play against the Lakers last time out, and this team does have a very deep bench. He's questionable with the thigh injury. Of course, he is Denver's leading scorer, averaging 16.9 points per game, and he is an important player in this particular matchup, given the fact that he's averaged 19.4 points per game in his last 5 contests against the Blazers. Of course, the Blazers picked up a 101-93 upset victory as 6-point home underdogs the last time it hosted the Nuggets. That was on December 20th. What was even more surprising was given the fact when you look at the box score, LaMarcus Aldridge was not in that game. He was out. The Nuggets finished with a 31-7 edge in fast break opportunities, points-wise, but they set an NBA record by most 3-point attempts without a make in that particular game. That was the main reason they lost by 8 points. They shot 22 shots from beyond the arc without a make their last trip to Portland. The home team, once again, as I led off this video, you can catch any more videos at sbrvideos.com, but the home team is 14-3 ATS in the last 17 meetings, and the home team has come away with straight-up victories in the last 12 meetings in the series. So that bodes well for the Portland Trail Blazers, but they just came off a 7-game losing streak. They picked up a 92-86 victory over the Boston Celtics as 2-point home favorites, and they haven't put together a long winning streak in quite some time, so not very interested in playing the Blazers if they come out as a short home favorite, but I'm not expecting that to be the case when developing my handicapper line, which I'll tell you at the end of the video. 31.8% 3-point field goal percentage defense for the Blazers on its home floor. That is a key category to handicap in this game, given the fact that Denver is one of the better 3-point shooting teams in all of the NBA, but they haven't made the mark very often away from the Pepsi Center, shooting 32.7% from beyond the arc on the road this season. 5-2 ATS in their last 7 games with 2 days rest. Really, the only time you're going to want to play the Blazers from here on out is when they have rest, especially 2 days rest, given the fact that they have a very short bench. They are last in the league with their reserves contributing just 17.1 points per game. They also should be motivated for this particular contest, of course, facing a conference rival. They also are 10th in the Western Conference standings, 4 games back of the Houston Rockets for the 8th and final playoff spot for the upcoming 2013 NBA playoffs. In between them and the Houston Rockets, of course, the Los Angeles Lakers. Denver's in the 5th spot, so don't think they're not going to be motivated. They need home court in the upcoming playoffs for any success in trying to move out of the first round, since they are such a dominant home team. Denver, I've established them as 2.5-point road favorites in this game if Danilo Gallinari actually plays in this game. If he doesn't, I would probably drop that by 1 full point and list them as a 1.5-point road favorite. Basically, they hold every edge except for the home court advantage. Of course, that is big in basketball, especially in college basketball, more than the NBA. But in this particular series, it's paramount. But I can't get away from the fact that the Nuggets are 7-0 against the spread when taking on poor defensive clubs in the second half of the season. Those are teams that allow 99 or more points per game. And this has been a very offensive-minded series recently. And the Nuggets have had great success of going over the century mark. And if they do that here, I think they cover the spread. So my handicapper line is the Denver Nuggets -2.5. So if the line comes out as at 2 or lower in favor of the Nuggets, I suggest playing them. If it comes out at 3 or higher, then I take the home underdog with the Blazers on this Wednesday night contest. This has been another edition of Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRForum.com. Cut.